going over intros to pop songs. So maybe you noticed in Demons how we went straight into the song. There was no intro, no instrumental section. So I'll be going over 6 songs in this video. So Apologize, Set Fire to the Rain, Paradise, Love Song by Sarah Bareilles, Hall of Fame Script, and Skyfall, another one by Adele. Okay, so I will play through the intros just so you get an idea of what we are getting into. So this one is Apologize by One Republic. Love Song. This one is not for beginners. Okay, we've got Love Song. Let's see if I can pull this off. Okay, Hall of Fame. This one the kids love. Okay, and we will start with Apologize. Okay, let's say you're in the lesson with the kid and this is the first time you're doing this song and you have no idea. Figure out what key it is, and even backtracking, you know, you've brought the sheet music to them as in the lyrics, you've double spaced it. If you know that there's an intro, you've left some space for them. I knew that there was an intro, so I left a little gap here. So you're looking at Kira's version of Apologize. So what we did, I pulled up on Spotify the song. Right, you listen to it. So you definitely need to know the key. That's going to help you, you know. Same thing, pull up guitar tabs. So what I did is I gave her the chords. So the first chord that we have is C minor, but inverted. So I could either have her write C minor over G or stack up the notes as you'd see them on sheet music. So she wrote out G, C, E flat, right? So that's your first chord. Chord number 2 is this one. So that is F minor inverted. So, but she wrote A flat, C, F. And then third chord is this one. Made her write B flat, E flat, G. And then I made her write, oh yeah, there's a little jingle. Dun, da, da, dum. So between the last 2 chords, I made her write F, E flat. And then that leads into the fourth chord, which is B flat major. So B flat, D, F. So she wrote out all 4 chords, stacked all the notes. And then we put a ×2 because it repeats that pattern twice. And if you listen closely, you can hear that the first time they play the pattern, the chords are broken up, and then the second time, minus the first chord, they break it up like blocked, like this. The first one, right? And then the second is more blocked. So I didn't write that in for her. She knows the song and we talked about it in the lesson, and then she just memorized how to do that pattern. So the right hand ends up being like this. 1. for chords, in the intro, I actually just have her play octaves, or any student that wants to play the song. So we just put the capital letters below the corresponding chords. So first chord has a C octave, and then the next has A flat, then E flat, and then D. And then when you put it together, it looks like this. With this one. Okay, that concludes it for the first intro. Intro number 2. Set Fire to the Rain. Adele. So, what do you do when you have this song? You pull up the song on Spotify. Set Fire to the Rain. And so just like we saw in Demons, you know, I'm singing every pitch to the student. And I heard the first one, and I'm seeing like talking on that pitch, so that's all they hear. Now where is it? Let's say they find it. Sorry if that was annoying. Okay, but that's what I literally do in the lesson. Like sing the pitch, talk, and they find it. So then I do my visual. Bum, 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 bum. I'm like, that's really all notes from a chord. Dun, 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 up, down, middle, down. So then let's say he figures it out, because this one is Gabby's song. So I'll have him write A, D, F, D, and then bum, 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 bum. So start low and go back up. What are those notes? Sing back the melody. So let's say he figures it out. Okay, we've got our first chunk. And if you see, I put a line through it because I really want... A lot of times if I don't tell them to put a line, all the students just put all the notes at once, and then your brain is like, what part is what? It's all mixed. That way it's actually like a measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So anyway, it helps to separate, and it actually works out because the chords play in between each section of notes. Okay, so, and then the next one, bum, 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 what are those? And let's say he found it. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, write those in, C, F, C, and then I'll sing it back, bum, 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 bum. Oh, we're going a little higher, where's that note? Good, now, da, 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 very close. Almost, we have a B flat because we are in D minor, so I have him right in A, B flat, A, G, line, bum, 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 da, 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 dum. So what is that? Dun, 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 where's that first note? And let's say he finds it. Good. Dun, dun, little skip. Dun, 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 dun. So write it in C, E, C, G. So bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Ooh, a little higher. It starts kind of the same, but then it goes higher. Bum, bum, bum. Nope, more. Almost. Da, there it is. Okay, so he's got all that chunk written in, line, and then the ending, bum, where's that note? And he finds it. Bum, bum, bum. Dun, 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 dun. Yay! Okay, so write that in, a little line, and then I have him play it, so he would do. And then, time to add the chords. So, if you see on his page, he has D minor, F, G minor, C, B flat. So he wrote out all those chords. I just think I wrote the ones that we see there. He was actually really young when we first started the song. He's 15 now, 15, 16. I think he was maybe like 7 or 8 when we did this song. Okay, so I wrote D minor under the A because it starts together. Play F in between the sections. I'll play a C chord. And then G minor. And then all together prelude. So that concludes it for Set Fire to the Rain. 2 intros down. Paradise by Coldplay. Okay, so this is Kira's version. I play a slightly different version than her, but what you want to do, make sure you pull up the song on Spotify. So there's like a lot going on, all these different instruments. She's older and she has a good ear, and so she kind of, I like doing da, 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 but she wants to add the C. Da, 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 which is totally fine. I let them do what they want because I'm encouraging them to use their ear and all that stuff. And this is not a set in stone way of doing pop songs, you know. This could vary so much from one student to another. Any pop song I do with students varies. Yeah, two of them could do the same song and it like sounds totally different depending on age, you know, level, skill, whatever. Anyway, okay. So let's go through hers. I would sing it bum ba ba bum da da dum. So then she would find those notes, write them in. And you can see she wrote RH for right hand, and then below it LH left hand. So she wrote the chords C, D minor, F, and then we have a little ×2. So those go together. I'll play them blocked and simple. We've got, I think actually in the song it does it 4 times, but we didn't want it to go on and on and on and on, especially because the whole song we do is instrumental. In the actual song you hear lyrics, so it doesn't feel like it's very repetitive, but it gets repetitive if it's just piano. Okay, so we'll skip to the violin over here. Hear it? So we wrote out that whole melody. ×2. Okay. And then below it we have the bum 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 dun 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 do 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 do, which is also in the song, I believe, otherwise we wouldn't have written it. So it's actually held out. Dun, dun, dun. So I guess that was her way of wanting more. Okay, and she color coded it. So can you see her chords? She got D minor, B flat is in yellow, it's hard to see, F, C, and G minor. Okay, and she underlined the note where the chord would fall. So we've got. Paradise. Okay, next one. Oh goodness, this one's a toughie. Definitely, like I said earlier, not for beginners. And between you and me, I actually even had to look up the sheet music for it, just the beginning. I just want to make sure I was on the right track, not giving them bogus notes or something. Okay, so she wrote in G minor, bum, bum, bum. So, and see it has a little 3 next to it. So 3 G minor chords, dun, dun, and then an F for F major. And then I just wrote B flat, C, and F. It's like a cluster. I mean, I could give her the whatever the chord is, but it was easier to just write the 3 notes out. So with a little 3 next to it, because we want 3 of those. Then we have a C/G. So that means it's a C chord, but a G underneath. So this is Giselle's version, and she's old enough to know chords and inversions, so I just, I explained to her how those inversions work. So she knows that the C over G is this chord. So we could have written out G, C, E, but she gets what that means. So that's that one. And then D minor ×3, C chord, F over C. So a F chord slash, so F chord with a C on the bottom. And then a little D, A. And then it starts over. F bar lines between each measure. 1, 2, 3, 4 bar. 1, 2, 3, 4 bar. 1, 2, 3, 4 bar. 1, 2, 3 bar. Okay, and then below it, we didn't color code. I just put in the single notes that she's gonna play, either octaves or singles. So I think she did single notes. So we've got G with a G minor. So that it kind of, I do this all the time. I say karate chops, where it goes like this. And the other great thing about pop songs, I haven't mentioned this yet, but the beauty of it is that it takes the rhythm away. Like, you know, reading notes and reading rhythm, that can always be a little tricky. And so with pop songs, there is no element of rhythm unless you like write it in, like do this type of rhythm. But all the sections that have lyrics, you know, they know the song already, so they know what it's supposed to sound like. And this intro, like if you've never heard it, I guess you'd do this. Like you wouldn't know, but since you know the song, you have that little 1, 2, 3, C chord, D, 1, 2, 3, and alternate, 2, 3, and D, 2, 3, alternate, 2. And then get into the song. Yeah, so knowing the song definitely helps. No kid would do a pop song without really knowing the song. The point of it is doing something that they love and know, and that they'll feel cool and important. And anyway, okay, well then that covers it for love song. That was easier than I thought. Okay, Hall of Fame. This one is Jeremy's version, and we did this literally when it first came out. Like I heard it on the radio, and then he separately also heard it. He's like, I want to do this song. I'm like, oh my god, it's so good. Like it's so catchy. So back when we did this, I don't know if it's note for note exactly how it is. I've never looked at the sheet music. And I have another student that did it too, Riley, and he didn't even write like any notes. He did the entire song by ear, just like that. He got so good with pop songs. So I'll have you listen to his version too. But so this is what we came up with, Jeremy. Again, I bring it up. Let's see what it sounds like. Hall of Fame. Oh, it's so catchy. Okay, so this is the version I did with him. Of course, I'm like singing every note, and I told him separate the sections so that, and it works out even when you put chords, like it makes sense. So he figured it out. Next, bum 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 bum. Slash. Mind you, this took forever to figure out the intro. It was so fresh, so new, I didn't know it at all. Like I'd heard it once on the radio, and we're like, boom, let's do it. So it was a little rough around the edges when we were learning it. Okay, so then we have da 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 bum. So bum bum. It keeps going to that bottom note, and the other ones climb. So climb, climb. Da 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 dum. Bum 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 bum. So we figured all that out. We wrote it all out. He color coded. So we've got G minor, E flat, B flat, F, and then slow. We're on our last one! Yay! Oh, I love this one. This one was so popular also when it first came out. I mean, I feel like every song is always popular when it first comes out. And a lot of times, like, we'll play the songs that the kids learn are the ones that are just out on the radio. They're like, oh my god, I heard this new song. It's amazing! And we end up doing it. So a lot of times when I'm doing these pop songs, I'm doing them like it's the first time I'm hearing them, or I'm doing a lot of them brand new. A lot of these I've obviously done with the students, and some, you know, some are almost classics and all the kids want to learn them, you know, but most of the time it's like I'm figuring out with them. So anyway, so let's go to Skyfall. Let's see what this sounds like. so dark, so good. Boom, boom. 2, 3, 4. So, oh, and they have dum da dum dum dum. I kept it simple for Anouk. This is her version. But yeah, you can get creative. You know, give them the base, the structure. I like to say like the skeleton, like the bear skeleton, and then you can like dress it up. You know what I mean? Okay, so actually that's my handwriting. So I wrote for her right hand, right, and I gave her the chord, which is C minor inverted. So I wrote G, C, E flat. And this was way back in the day, and she was pretty young when we did this, maybe like 8 or something, 8, 9. Okay, so I wrote this chord times 2, because I want 2 of those. Then it goes to A flat major chord, and she didn't really know these chords back then, so that's why I wrote them out. A, C, E flat. She's 15 now. And then another of the same chord 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see I put my repeat times 3, so then she does it again. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have the end of the intro, which is a G chord. So I wrote G. Oh, it's a sus. Okay, it's actually a G sus 4, right? But no kid is gonna know what that chord is when you're first starting. So I wrote G, C, D. 1, 2, 3. Resolve with G chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Left hand is octaves. C for the first chord, A flat for the second. The right hand keeps the A flat, but you go to an F. Then you repeat that again 3 times, and then G, 2, 3, 4, G again. Let's do hands together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Get ready, set. 2, 3, 4, and G, 2, 3, 4. This is the. Okay, so that actually concludes it for the intros. Again, intros don't usually have lyrics. You know, it's an intro, it's instrumental. So really use your ear, use guitar tabs. See, sometimes they'll write an intro and they just write the chords. So that already helps if you're not really good with your ear. If you need, you know, look it up on the internet, type in, let's say you don't know, like for me, for Love Song right here, I typed in Love Song PDF sheet music, and right there I go to images in Google, and I'll see like the first line, and it shows me all the notes, just to make sure that I'm like on the right track. But generally, I'm able to figure out most things by ear. I'd say like 98% of the things I can figure out by ear. So it's a great skill to have, especially when you're helping kids that literally don't know where to start. And again, all you're doing is singing one pitch at a time, or telling them what chord it is. And you can either write the actual chord, or you can write the inversion, or you can stack them, write the actual notes out if kids are still beginners and don't know chords well yet. So I hope that helps you for intros.